people how beautiful Greystones is on sunny days like this. But you would I know you worked in Dalkey. Are you based in Dún Laoghaire, or I know you've been?
I live in Sandalwood.
Ah, okay, there you go. Another lovely part of the world. So you're all good.
Fabulous.
Now, talking about lovely parts of the world, this all started for you. It's been a lifetime of acting and directing, front of house, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
And I think we'll have to blame your parents, because you grew up in Athlone and they were part of the Athlone Musical Society and Athlone Little Theatre. And at the age of 6, they initiated you into this world. Did you think, well, even at that age, oh, this is going to be good, I'm going to do this? You know, I don't know whether it took a while to fall in love with theatre, or if it was instant, or...
I think I've been in love with theatre all my life, because I was introduced to it so early.
Right.
And also, I went to school to my father, who was just the most incredible teacher.
Ah.
So I grew up with theatre in the background, but also in school, like, you know, we had a 3-part choir. We sang the Requiem Mass when anybody died, which was brilliant, because then we got a great big jar of Oakfield sweets the next day. And we got out of school.
Nice.
Then I went to boarding school in Carrickacross to the Louis nuns, who are just the most incredible teachers of music.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
So then they began training my voice at that stage. And then I went on to do nursing. And then I went to Boston for a year.
Well, because you travelled a lot abroad,
I did, yeah.
And that sort of, if anything, that sort of just give you a kind of a greater kind of love for it, because you were. Yes. I know that in talking to you before, the notes you sent, that you were able to put on cheap productions when you were abroad. That I don't know if that was the case. What was whether you had much experience in theatre still when you travelled?
Oh, I did. I mean, I had a lot of experience before I left.
Right.
And then I went into directing while I was there. Well, we were in the Philippines for 2 years.
Okay.
Then we moved to Ethiopia.
Wow.
Now everything was at our fingertips.
Are you a drug mule? You seem to be travelling a lot now. Were you smuggling her?
I wish I had that sort of money. And then we ended up in South America. So,
wow.
Like my friends used to laugh. They said, Lua doesn't move house, she moves continent.
Nice. And was that just a wanderlust? Was it part of your work? I don't know.
It was part of my husband's work.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of advantageous, because you're seeing the world. You're getting.
Get somebody else's expense.
Nice.
What could
And
be better?
you see all the difference, but then you also recognise the universal truths, which art always addresses. Art always gives us this sense that we all relate to. You know, 2 people in a shack in any part of the world are going to be 2 people in a shack.
There are no new stories.
Right. There you
They're all
go.
the same, no matter
True.
where you go in the world.
Just different colours, different settings, all that. But now, when you came back, you joined 2 Dalkey groups, but that inspired you then to set up your own in Dún Laoghaire, the Lilliput Theatre.
Yeah.
Now, Lilliput Theatre, is that a kind of an echo of the Little Theatre? I don't know whether you only employed midgets, or how does the Lilliput Theatre work?
Well, basically, if you're with a big drama group, they're only interested in doing plays with big casts.
Right.
And I kind of thought, well, you know, there's so many plays with smaller casts that aren't getting done for this particular reason.
Right.
And I had my eye on the as yet to be unveiled studio space in the Lexicon Library in Dún Laoghaire.
Nice.
And then when I saw it, I nearly cried, because basically it's a lecture theatre.
Okay.
So you can't really do full plays in it, because you can't put up scenery, you can't put a nail on the floor. So that was a huge disappointment.
Right.
So kind of Lilliput kind of slid away a little bit.
Okay.
Because my vision for it wasn't going to be.
You couldn't realise it. Right. But the fact that you're so deep into this world, obviously you'll always find some way, somehow, to be working in this. And that leads us to Growing Old Disgracefully, which has a beautiful kind of set up, to my mind, the idea that you've got, you know, little songs and all the rest, just about what we all face, either through our own lives, or, you know, we recognise that our parents and all that growing old is just part of life. But if you can do it disgracefully, it's always a lot more fun. So what was the inspiration here? Was it just having a few little ideas that you thought, well, why not put a whole show together?
For years I had my own cabaret group.
Right.
And we did comedy and song. So basically somebody would hire us to do a specific show for a specific thing, corporate after.
Okay. Right.
So for years, like we wrote shows for specific occasions, but in between times then we used to do our own stuff, where we would take various different genres, whether it was our version of Joey's Cabaret, or the Golf Club, or whatever.
Yeah.
And then kind of back in the early 2000s, that kind of satirical format seemed to just go out of fashion.
Yeah.
And we kind of said, look, you know, we've had a great time, let's call it a day.
Right.
Which we did. But in between times, I had written stuff for people who wanted stuff written, and 4 years ago, people said to me, oh no, why don't you do something, and I thought, right, okay, I'll do a one-woman show. So the first one I did was called Ireland in the Queer Old Times, so it had a distinctly political flavor.
Nice, right.
Then somebody else, we have to do it again. So I thought, okay. So then it was The Trouble with Men.
Is there any trouble with men? I thought men are perfect, no?
Oh, they're from a different planet.
Oh, okay, all right.
And that went really well. I did it in the Promenade Cafe in Dunleary, which was it was doing dinner theatre.
Right.
Then I got totally sucked into doing the circuit with donkey players, and that went down the line.
Right.
And then I thought, people were saying, when are you doing another one? When are you doing another one? And I am getting old, and suddenly I kind of thought, well, I have stuff that would fit into that, so I need to write some extras. And then after Christmas, I said, I'm going to go for it.
Nice.
So that's how it metamorphosized over.
Nice. Your teeth nearly come out there. You have to be very careful with those things. They're difficult words. Now,
it morphed into.
There you go. Morph. That's safer. Nothing's going to fly out. Now we should say that I was talking to Gavin Povey just recently. He's a New Orleans kind of boogie woogie piano player. And he made the point that everything just is, like, say, vaudeville, in a way, it's just never gone away. There's always going to be a love for, I'd love to be able to see the Marx Brothers in full flight, just to be able to taste what that was about. And there's an art form to everything if it's done well. And I think, and that would be true, you were saying that it sort of went out of fashion to do the little kind of comedy vignettes and all that, but there's always an audience for the quirky and for the fun and for the fact that you're.
If you look at Callan's Kicks and all the rest of it,
yes.
Après match, yes, there is.
Yeah.
But nobody is doing it in song much anymore.
Right.
They're all sketches and so on. And I kind of thought, well, when I was doing the cabaret years ago, it really, really worked and people absolutely loved it. And whereas I'm good at writing lyrics, I'm not good at writing music.
Right.
So I always parodied stuff. And I thought, well, that's the fun, is finding the right tune to go with what you want to write.
And would Tom Lehrer be the god of that? Or I don't know.
Oh, yes, I am absolutely big.
Poisoning Pigeons in the Park is a perfect song, and
we have some hilarious
I have a few
stories.
10-inch albums of his. I always felt that he was just one of these sort of special kind of characters that you almost don't expect him to be around in that era with that kind of deadpan.
I'll tell you a funny story about Tom Lehrer. In my cabaret days, we were doing a gig in a golf club that shall be unmentionable.
Right.
And we decided we'd do a couple of Tom Lehrer numbers, and one of them was, we'll all go together when we go.
Hey.
And I thought, that's fun. Okay, we'll all dress up as if we're going to a funeral. So, they were all in their black, and I said, well, I'm the funeral director now, I have to be something special. So I rang my friend Valerie, who writes all our political stuff, and I said, I think I found the perfect costume, come round and have a look at it. Put the kettle on, so fine. So there I am in a black bustier with red ribbons, black fishnet tights and a tailcoat. And the doorbell rings, and I think it's Valerie, and I go out and it's the guy to read the meter.
Nice.
And I made the fatal mistake of saying, oh my God, you're not who I expected.
You're not my number. You're not my 4 o'clock.
I think he dined out on that.
Yeah. And in fact, I was just thinking, when we think of vaudeville and we think of, something like Growing Old Disgracefully, that's kind of like the original 3D version of the viral videos that, now people put a 3-minute song up or the 3-minute sketch. It can kind of find a life on internet and people share it. In a way, the Marx Brothers and what you're doing about Laird, there were little kind of moments that were just beautiful, perfectly formed little jokes.
And another group that influenced me greatly too was Fascinating Aida.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah. So I'm wondering now, with the fact that you are still very busy, would the same love that you had when you were 6 and the same wonder be there as it evolved into something different, that it feels that the world so well now that it's a different kind of kick? Or
well, when I was younger, it was just the wonder of it all, the fun of it all.
Yeah.
And now as I grow older, it becomes even more important to me.
Right.
I still get the same kick out of it. I still love the writing. Whereas, it's doggerel reverse, but it's fun.
Yes. I think you're going to find out something like The Whale is kind of has that quality of being from another era, and it's almost it has that timeless quality that you step into a world. It's not just like a stage and a few chairs. This is a whole world, and when you bring something like your show to that, it's just a perfect combination, because you're kind of suspending all sorts of time and space and getting into the sheer beautiful silliness of theatre at its best, I think. Yeah.
And people aren't writing stuff for older people anymore.
Right.
So I kind of thought, while I can still do it, why not celebrate the age I am and the age all my peers are? And, that we're not all doddery old ladies. We still have an awful lot of spark and an awful lot of life left in us, so let's celebrate that.
And you still do the topless finale thing? Is that still part of the show?
Absolutely.
Good, that's good.